It's paint day. Ooh, pretty. Nothing like a fresh coat of paint.
That's right.
Looking good. So I just did a quick cleanup, and wherever I put that Loctite and the paint over it, it's still sticky. Where there's no Loctite, bone dry. I hope, like I said, it probably was, because I already did it and it happened before, but everything dried. Because I put a little acetone in the paint. Probably shouldn't have done that again, but it'll frickin' dry. Just not gonna be able to use the boat tonight if I wanted to. But that's just first coat. So I'll let her dry up overnight and see how she looks in the morning. So we've been in a drought situation, and now it's just rain, 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 like I've never seen. Morning, noon, and night. We're supposed to get back where you just get the afternoon thunder boomers. It's hard to get outside and do anything. So yeah, wherever these seams coming apart already, that's where it's gonna leak in. Start screwing up the wood. It will dry, but it ain't gonna dry if I don't keep something on it. Little at a time. So I just busted these pieces out because I don't want anything touching this right now. All right. Oh man, let's see if she gonna fit. Then I'll just take that Flex Seal and make me a little gully in here, you know. I'm just gonna start sealing it up, then I'll throw some of that paint on it. Do it again, cover both of these up in case it rains. It's gonna end up coming off anyway because I gotta sand and repaint the whole floor and everything anyway. So I smoothed some of this out, the Loctite Marine, with acetone. It works, but if you're gonna do it, use rubbing alcohol. Much better. Sand it again, paint it again, sand it again, paint it again until it's dry, 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 dry. And that's all I can do. Dry it up, scrape it off, dry it up, scrape it off, paint it on, scrape it off, dry, scrape, paint, paint. Something like that. So we lucked out, no rain yesterday. Keep going here. See this is why this seam cracked. See it flexing? So I'm gonna drill me a couple holes. I'm gonna spray some of that great stuff foam in there. See if I can get this to stop, because it'll never stop. Every time you step over here, crack, split, leak, leak, leak. Oh no, boy, this is sticky as hell. And that's pretty dry over there. Why is this so sticky? Probably because I poured all the acetone on there. The acetone is supposed to make the paint dry faster. Plus I mixed acetone in the paint, so it would dry fast. This is just like the other time I did. This is fine here. Why is it so sticky? So I'm gonna get this one done next. Then I'll hit these with the sander. Just keep plugging away. All right, so looky here. See how deep that is? So I'm gonna get in here with the great stuff. This is the big gap stuff. It works good. Get pretty firm. Still be a little sticky in the middle. That's the floor I put in. Nice, pretty, all the resin on it. So you see here, all that paint I put on there came up pretty easy because it's still damp. I've got to protect it after I work on it. Put some paint back on it, whether it's bone dry or not, because I just don't know when it's gonna rain. Paint on, a little dry, but slowly. Take the paint back off, keep working on it, put another coat, blah, 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 ding, ding, ding. So it's just kind of a cycle, you know. It's total pain in the ass, very time consuming, takes me away from everything else I wanted to do. So I'm trying to clean up, looky here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. I never even noticed that. Look at this whole piece. Wow. Man. Yeah, I just checked the other side and it seems fine. Frigga, fragga, schmagga, frigga, frigga, fragga. This kind of stuff here is the heat, you know, cracking, and oh boy, opened up a can of worms there. You can go right through that whole piece of wood, but it's solid. No clue. Now they got stuff that you can pour on this wood and make it hard again. So that might be the ticket. And I think too, on these 2x4s I used, I put a coat of resin on them too. But that one screw right there where, look, see, I can put my finger right through. That's the one that did it. That's all it takes, man. One hole. I've said it 1,000 times. Water is like love, baby. It will find a way. All right. So I got some wood glue. It was a little thick, so I watered it down. See if it'll soak into that wood. Oh man, it's finally drying. A little sticky right there. This is bone dry. But it's drying. I'm gonna throw a little bit of paint on it just to cover the wood up. It's looking pretty good already. If I go to throw another coat on, there's a freaking puddle of water in the corner from these boats. Big boat, little lake. You get in there? I can't stop stepping on this spot. Alright, I'm almost out of here. If I don't step in the freaking paint again. So this, with the glue in it, it's going to just stay like that. There's nothing I can do about it right now. We won't get rain, hopefully. We're having a heat wave. A tropical heat wave. Good morning, Miss Sweetness. I think the idea is going to be take some of that damn foam and foam this hole up and just cut the foam out. But that wood glue, look at it, worked. Still not totally dry, but yeah, I'll just foam that up. That should keep the water off of it. It worked. It's so sticky. It sticks to everything. Once it's nice and dry, it's easy to cut and trim, and it'll make a good filler. Clean it off, dry it out. Clean it up, dry it out. Oh, come on, baby. Bring out the way. It feels dry. That's a good thing. Yeah, first sign of a crack, boy. Get on it before this shit happens. Alright, that's good enough for now. Oh yeah, baby, got the Jimmy Buffett umbrella. So I just did a quick layer with some Flex Seal paste on that big spot. It was pretty rough. I'm gonna go back and do that back spot, kind of show you how I do it and what I do, and ding dang ding dong do do do. Once you open these things, you pretty much got to use them up or they will dry up on you. See how rough it is? And what the yellower stuff is the Loctite Marine. Scoop me some out, throw it on there. Because it's a bigger area, we'll get a bigger paddle here. And then I'm going to just slap her on nice and smooth. And this stuff now is $14 for this little thing. And the Loctite is $18. It says 10 ounce. This little thing says 1 pound. They're both pretty much the same. Same deal with putting it on and spreading it out and using the alcohol. This is looking pretty good. As smooth as I can. Fill in all those lumpy, bumpy imperfection. It's a little bumpy, lumpy. Bottom is, you know, the surface was bumpy, lumpy. So what I do then, get my alcohol, just plain old basic rubbing alcohol, pour it on. Just get it wet, not soaked. Then you take your hand and smooth it right out. All the lumpies and the bumpies, and make it smooth. And it comes out pretty nice. Now you may not get it all the way you like it the first round. You may have to do a second round. As soon as you feel your hands start getting sticky, a little more rubbing alcohol. And rubbing alcohol is pretty cheap, you know. And you get it all smoothie. And if you're doing this somewhere like in your garage, you'll have more time because you don't have the sun hitting it. But you can smooth it out. Boy, it looks good. Now, it's not, you know, absolutely perfectly beautiful, gorgeous, but it looks better than it did. So there it is. And it sets up pretty quick. Now, like I said, it's not going to be perfect. And it depends on what you're working on. There were some pretty big gouges in this thing. But that smoothed it out pretty nice. It looks good, and then you can come back and do another coat. Or you can use the Loctite and do the same thing. Just squirt some out in the spots you want. Smooth it out and rub it in with your hand. Make it nice and even. That's how I did all these sides all along here the first time around. So I put a little bit more in this corner. Like I say, I want to build these corners up a little at a time. Ooh, it's sticky. Smooth out my lines. I gotta get these other ones knocked out in one day. Sand patch. These little ones, it shouldn't take long at all to do those. Quick sand. So it's been one of those weeks trying to get that floor done and help everybody out. Everybody calls you at the same time. I need some help. Gotta go do my sister's gutters today. Whoop-de-hoo-hoo. Not looking forward to it, but she needs help, so I go help her. First, see what's going on down here. Oh boy. Yeah, let's see what we're looking at over here. A little sticky yesterday after a few hours. Don't look bad. Get in there and see how sticky it is. Ooh, there he is. There he is. The monster. 4-footer. Man, they are just so cool. Wow. I couldn't even imagine hooking one of those things, man. Good God. Alright, let's see what this puppy's doing. Oh, man. That's where I stepped on it last night, right there. Okay, now, it's a little tacky. It's only tacky where I put that down Loctite Marine. Boy, that corner looks good, don't it? You look good. So I'm gonna also, the battery is gonna be put under here, and maybe the tank. I think it should pump and work, right? If I put it way up here, they just sit in the sun and bake. So this thing should be probably good enough. I'll just wait. I mean, right now, I don't have a problem with it getting wet. Everything is pretty much covered, I would say. It's not going to absorb any water in the wood. Yeah, it looked pretty good. I'm gonna let it dry real good before I do anything else, more paint and texture. Anyway, I'd rather be home. I'd rather be fishing, painting in the floor, doing something other than cleaning gutters. But here I go. Here I go again.